There's a huge problem with the Postal Service that no one is talking about. The agency is running out of cash, and this could threaten its very survival. This is happening now, not because of any temporary shortfall, but because its financial model no longer works. How did this happen, and what can Congress do about it? Many people don't realize there's a deep gap between the agency's mission and its financing model. Both of these are mandated by Congress. The Postal Service isn't a private company. It's legally required to deliver to everyone, 6 days every week, at uniform and affordable prices. For millions of Americans, especially for those of you in remote locations, this network is a lifeline. It delivers prescriptions and ballots and essential goods to places that private carriers may not serve profitably. To fund this mission, Congress gave the Postal Service a monopoly over certain letter mail. But in the past 2 decades, that volume has fallen by nearly half, eroding the Postal Service's financial foundation. Retirement costs are another strain. They now account for more than 10% of expenses. Why is that? Pension obligations rise with inflation, but the Postal Service can only invest in U.S. Treasury bonds. When returns on that account fall short, it's up to the Postal Service to cover the gap from its own revenue. On top of that, the Postal Service can only borrow from the Treasury, and only up to $15 billion. That might sound like a lot of money, but the Postal Service is an $80 billion a year enterprise. This ceiling has been in place for more than 3 decades, and it's never been adjusted for inflation. Today, the Postal Service is at its borrowing limit, it's operating in the red, and it only has about a month of cash on hand. And when they're out of cash, there's nothing more that they can do. And so this is a problem for now to solve. So what can Congress do to help? I think there are at least 3 things. First, Congress can fix how postal retirement costs are financed. Second, Congress has long recognized the value of universal service, and it can fund this like the public good that it is. And third, it could lift these outdated borrowing limits that the USPS faces so that it can undertake the modernization it needs to survive. So the central question is whether Congress will fix a broken financing model so that this vital network can survive. To learn more about the future of the Postal Service, read my full primer at Brookings.edu.